Hi guys, this is DTC Driving School here. I want to take you through one of the routes that's been a bit common, and yeah, we're just going to go through it. And if you have any issues, just contact me, then I will try and explain to you. All right, I will be following the sat nav throughout, so that you know, we can both see where the sat nav is taking us. Okay. All right, so I'm starting from the driving test center, which is just to my left, and then we carry on. Don't forget to check from blind spot to blind spot before you take off. Then signal, then check again just to make sure that is still safe to carry on. So be mindful of
after 100 yards, turn right.
So that car coming is kind of like, so just pull up to the left a bit to allow you to pass. Then check your mirror. Don't forget to check your mirror before you pull back into the road. Now we're turning right, so check mirrors.
Turn
mirror
right.
And right mirror, and then signal right.
At the end of the road, turn left.
So check mirrors, signal left. By the time you approach
Turn
this
left.
junction, make sure you pull a bit to the left so that it will be easier to make your turning. And when you get into the road, make sure you do not make anybody to slow down, to brake, or to swerve. So if you realize somebody's going to do that, the best thing is for you to wait for the person to pass before you go. Be mindful of the zebra crossing. If you can't see, just slow down a bit to make sure you can see that there's nobody approaching. Then off you go.
After 300 yards, turn right. Then turn around when possible.
So usually they make you go into a car park around here. So I'm just gonna try and do exactly as the sat nav is asking us to do. So check
Turn
mirror,
right.
signal
Then
right,
turn around when possible.
go to the middle reservation part, and make sure you turn. Make sure you avoid the middle line while you're making your turn. So there's usually a car park here to the
Turn
right.
around
So
when
I'm just
possible.
gonna go into the
then,
car park.
at the end of the road, turn right.
And a bit to the left. So it is at this point the examiner will ask you to stop, and they will say, okay, we're here for front bay, or perhaps they may say reverse bay parking, and they will say, when it's safe to do so, I would like you to choose a bay either to the left or right, and park in the bay, making sure that your four wheels end up within the white lines. So okay, so check from blind spot to blind spot, then move forward. So I'm going to be choosing two bays away from the red car on the right hand side.
Then turn left.
So I'll quickly check over my shoulder to make sure there's no car coming, and turn nicely, very slowly, don't go too fast, into the bay. Straighten up and make sure you're well into the bay. Then stop and put the car into park. So right now I'm perfectly in. Then they say, thank you very much, you may reverse to the right, then drive off when it's safe to do so. Please bear in mind, you cannot just go over the line here. The best thing is for you to reverse, then go around. So I'm gonna check from blind spot to blind spot, and then turn the steering as such. Again, please, when you're checking from blind spot to blind spot, make sure you are really checking. And by the time I put the car on drive again, I'll check again blind spot to blind spot before I carry on. Try to avoid touching any of the white lines.
Then turn left.
or the car for that matter. So you can see there's a big truck just reversing very close to the entrance now.
Turn left, then
It's always
at the
a
end
good
of the
idea
road,
before you actually
turn
go.
right.
In this kind of situation, make sure you check just before the truck to make sure nobody's actually coming around it. So I've checked now, and I'm gonna still approach gently until you can see clearly, then off you go. Now this junction is a bit funny. We'll be turning right according to the sat nav, so check mirrors and signal right. Then when you get to the line, the giveaway line, check to make sure there's nobody again coming. And I can see there's an opportunity after the white van, so I'm just gonna go. Then here is a roundabout. Remember, if there's nobody coming from the right, you can just carry on and go. A lot of people ask the question, do I need to stop every time I get to a roundabout?
Keep right.
So the answer is no. If you can see clearly that there's nobody coming, then you need to make sure you progress and go. So you don't need to stop. So very soon we'll be going into the Moor one-way system. You can see on the sat nav that it's asking us to just go straight ahead. But very soon you will see there's a sign that says we cannot enter, we cannot go directly straight. So we'll be bearing a bit to the left, then to the right. So bear this in mind. So if you look to my left, you see there's a junction there. So if there's a traffic, please make sure you do not block that. That's what we call clearance of obstruction. You make sure you clear any junction, so you can't block it, just in case somebody needs to drive in or out of that junction, you know. So if I'm blocking it now, I'm sure nobody will be happy. If they're trying to get to their house, they'll be really, really unhappy. So just like that car, the white car you can see in front of me now, so if I'm blocking that, they won't be able to carry on. So a little wave there. So there's something I call triangle check. Check all the mirrors to make sure no cyclist is trying to overtake you, or cyclist or biker or anybody.
200 yards,
so check the inner mirror, right mirror,
keep right,
left door mirror, then back to inner mirror. So I call it triangle. So do your triangle check and then before you move, anytime you're in the traffic. This is simply because anytime, you know, cyclists could be trying to filter through in front of you. So if you're going to move and you're not aware that that cyclist is trying to do that, you may end up colliding with them. So make sure you avoid that by constantly checking before moving off anytime you stop the car, or at least check the inner mirror, the rear view mirror. So again, this is another junction. Just make sure we are not blocking. So as a point of reference, you can see the van about 3 cars away from me. So once I see that one is moving, then I can move as well. So that means make sure there's going to be enough room for you to clear the junction before you start moving. If you see to the right, you see there's no entry there, and it's written on the floor as well. So make sure, well, it has nothing to do with us, but just to let you know that we can't go straight here. So we have to bear to the left initially, then we'll be bearing to the right in order to go around the no entry zone.
After 80 yards, keep right, then keep right.
Now these junctions, you need to be very careful. You can see there are 2 lanes approaching us. One is going straight, passing by our side, and the one to the left is actually coming straight. So we need to look all as far down the road as possible to kind of decipher when it's likely for us to go. So I can see 2 cars coming, after which I can go. So the last one is approaching, so I'm taking my leg off the gas now, sorry, off the brake, then accelerating to make sure I get
Keep
in
right,
position.
then keep right.
So here is very, very important. Make sure you look to your left to see how many cars are actually approaching you, you know. Then you can see in front of the white car in front of me, there's a giveaway sign. Please do not forget. A lot of people miss it and just accelerate, and that's actually very dangerous. Also, I try to keep the pedestrian lane clear while I'm waiting for the road to be free. Then again, there's a zebra crossing here. Make sure nobody's approaching as you approach, and then off you go if there's nobody there. Now this is very important. We're in a one-way road at the moment.
Then bear left.
Then after the one-way road, the road is splitting into 2, and we're going right. So what you need to do, don't go too much to the back and get stuck behind the parked cars. Make sure you position yourself so you can pass them. At this point, you really don't need to signal, because we're just trying to get back to the road we're coming from. And again, check your mirror, inner mirror, left door mirror, then bear to the left, and carry on. At this point, please don't speed too much. Make sure it is safe before you carry on, because sometimes pedestrians step into the road and you don't want to run them over. So to pass these cars, check inner mirror and right door mirror as you just before you move over, and then to go back, check inner mirror and left door mirror to go back to your lane. So make sure when the road is clear enough and wide enough, ensure that you actually get up to speed, which is 30. You're allowed to drive maybe 28, but try your best. If the road is totally clear, do not drive below 28 miles per hour. So unless there's hazard in the road, then in that case you can drive at an appropriate speed for the road condition. But at the moment the road is clear, it's nice and wide, and that can easily take up to about 4 cars the gap. So I'm just maintaining my 30 miles per hour now. Then check inner left door mirror, and off you go. So something I won't be doing in this illustration is I won't be pulling up on the left, but during your test they may ask you to pull up on the left a couple of times, sometimes between 4 and 8 times, or let's say 4 and 6 times, and each time they ask you to do that, I think I will make a video on how to do that later. Hopefully when I get proper camera that can show my face and everything. Watch out for the man trying to pull out, and make sure when you're driving you're constantly looking as far down the road as possible, so you won't have any surprises. And remember to keep a good distance between yourself and the car in front, especially while you're driving. Or if you're in traffic, then you can get closer, but if you're driving, make sure you leave a safe distance between yourself and the car driving ahead of you. Okay, check mirror, because there's a red light over there, and brake progressively. So because I didn't stop entirely, I just checked the inner mirror, the rear view mirror, and then off I go. So make sure you are fully aware. Now there's something you need to be aware of here. We're coming up to a busy area. There's a lot of cars on the left, on the right. It won't be appropriate for you to drive 30 miles per hour here. Right now I'm doing around 20, and I'm keeping a very good check to make sure nobody opens their door suddenly. And you can see to the left, to the right, there are loads of shops, so I'll take my time. And right now it's a bit freer, so I can go slightly faster. And again, I need to go around those cars. Rear view mirror, right door mirror, and then I'll be going back after the last car in a rear view mirror and left door mirror. I can see those guys slowing down, so I'm already easing off my acceleration.
Keep right.
A bit. Again, rear view mirror and right door mirror to go around the van, and the same left door mirror to get back in my lane.
After 300 yards, turn right, then take the exit.
Now we're approaching this particular traffic light. A lot of people make mistake. Beautiful. So, and they always think you have to stop after the bicycle lane. There will never be a situation whereby you go over the bicycle lane then stop just before the light. No, you have to stop before the bicycle lane. This very spot, a lot of people make mistake. So you can see the car in front of us is actually in it. Please bear that in mind. Do not go over the bicycle lane then stop before the lights. I hope you can see it on the floor. So you stop before the bicycle lane. Now you keep to the right lane. You can see the lane is splitting into two. Keep to the right, as the sat nav is saying that we're going to be turning right soon. So it's better to choose the right lane because we'll be turning right after the bridge. So I'm not going to signal right now because sometimes it could be misleading for cars, you know, trying to turn just by the light.
50 yards, turn right, then take the exit.
As you can hear on the sat nav, it says turn right, then take the exit. So this is where people actually make mistake. And now when we get to the 50 miles per hour road, I will explain to you exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay, I'm doing my triangle check now. So I'm carrying on. If you see this light,
turn right,
you see right under it,
take the exit.
Right under it, there's a sign that says no right turning. It's simply because that is actually for people coming from the Princess Parkway, the road to the right. So basically you cannot turn right immediately after this traffic light, but you need to pass it over to the other side before you can turn. So you can see it says no right turn. Okay, I've just done my triangle check there, and I need to make sure there's room enough on the other side, which there is, before I go over. And around now I will signal right because we'll be turning right. So I've just done my triangle check there. So around this time, the best thing is for you to make sure you check to the right hand side, and I think you can figure out in the camera now. There's a 50 miles per hour road to the right. It's good to always check before you make any turn. Make sure you check so you know what you are up against. You know definitely once I actually turn there what the speed limit is going to be. So you can see the black car just in front of the car in front of me. That's something you must never do. If you see there's a yellow box, you must only enter when you know that you will be able to pass over to the other side. So for us now, 2 cars are allowed. You can see the arrow come on, so which means I can go. So make sure you keep an eye on this. So at this point it's 50 miles per hour, so try to get up to speed as soon as possible. And the 2 lanes are merging here. I check inner mirror, right door mirror, just to make sure nobody's
right on the
merging over.
Take the exit, okay. Then go right on the roundabout.
So the sat nav says take the exit and then turn right on the roundabout. So what I need to do right now is to make sure I follow the white line to my right, and you'll see the way I'm keeping to it because it says I'm going to turn right at the roundabout. So it's best for you to just follow this right line, and then when you get to the roundabout we'll be signaling right. So this is the easiest way to get to your lane, because because if you don't do this, then it's going to be a bit harder, because you'll be stuck on the left lane, then you'll be begging to come back to the right lane. However,
Go right on the
so long as
third
it's still at
exit.
the earliest stage, if you notice that, oh, I'm in the wrong lane, you could still change. But by this stage where we are right now is a bit too late. So if you're on the left lane, it's best to just turn left, you know. So if you made it, but do not go from the left lane and then take the third exit. It will be very wrong. So I'm checking my mirrors now and signaling right. So I'm keeping my distance. Hopefully I will let the delivery guy go, because I want you to be able to see the roundabout, how you navigate. So I've just checked to the right, a couple of cars coming. I'm still waiting. I've already positioned, making sure that I face exactly where I'm going on the roundabout. So the last guy is coming, so I take my leg off and go. You need to be a bit pumped here. So first exit we just passed. So that's the second exit we're looking at over there. Check the mirror, inner mirror, side mirror,
Take
signal left. Then I'm taking the exit now. And then, so remember something, anytime two lanes are merging, you must check the inner mirror and the right door mirror. So make sure, a lot of cars are quite fond of going over the speed limit here. Please make sure, don't follow what they're doing. Keep an eye on your speed to ensure that you stay on your within the speed limit. Okay, so over here we have two lanes, and just past the first light, you'll see that the lane is merging, looking down the road, and we're the one that needs to merge to the right. So check inner mirror, right door mirror, and then just merge carefully. If the car behind you is a bit close, you could signal just to let him know your intention. Whatever you do, make sure you keep to your speed. That way they will know your intention that you're going. But if you brake suddenly, you could get stuck on the left. However, if you see that they're not giving way to you, then it's better to avoid collision. Then you can let them go, then you go after them. So please be aware of that. So just a reminder on the floor there that the speed limit is 30. Right. So if you notice on the sat nav, it says in 500 yards we're keeping right. A lot of them make mistake. As soon as they hear right, they move straight to the right. As you can see, right. To our right, all the arrows is showing that maybe it's definitely not where we're supposed to go. Now the road is splitting into two. Make sure you keep to the right. You know, the sat nav says we're turning right soon, so it will be counterproductive to stay on the left lane. So the highway code says we need to. Okay, let me not just code that, not to confuse you.
Turn
so
right.
Around this time, check mirrors, as in inner mirror side, right side mirror, then signal, then check mirror again just before you go over the white line. Something I normally say to people at this stage while we're waiting at the traffic light, I mean, you have two options. You can just look at look at the car in front of you, or look where exactly, try to figure out where you're going. So it could be a little bit confusing. This is where people actually get really confused, because this, to my right, there's some signs that say no entry, and yeah, people sometimes want to go in there. So you look and see where other cars are actually going, so you can tell where they're going. And also there's an arrow just directing us where we're supposed to go there, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Okay, I'll do my triangle check now, leg off the brake, and then off you go. So As you can see, there are 2 arrows just pointing, in fact 3 arrows pointing where I need to go. Now do you see the no entry sign for trams? Please don't go there. Make sure you follow the road. And on the floor you can see, and on the side it says 20 miles per hour. A lot of people say to me, oh, I didn't see that. So it is your job to ensure that you know what speed limit the road is every time, so you don't want to miss it. So a couple of humps on the road. Try to place your wheels on the lower part of the hump to go over them, then you feel it a little bit less. As you can see, the kids are just finishing from the school, so you keep an eye out for them. So this is the only time I actually have. I will have try to come a bit early in the morning. So again, triangle check. So every time before you move, you want to make sure there's nobody trying to pass at the same time, like I explained earlier. So again, it's 20 miles per hour up to, if you look ahead, you can see the sign that says it's 30 now from that point, and it says 20 zone ends. Here the road is slightly wider. Keep to the left. It's only wider because there are some people that needs to be turning right, so don't say, oh yeah, I'll stay at the middle. Please keep to the left so that it's easier to just go straight. People that needs to turn right will be more to the right, more closer to the white line. So again, triangle check, leg off, and on your way. Now this could be a bit confusing, the fact that you have the rail, so just watch out for the bicycle lane on the left, stay away from it. You can drive on the tram line, that's totally okay, as in here, so you can see the bicycle lane.
At the end of the road,
please stay away from
left.
there. So the sat nav is saying that I need to turn left at the traffic light. So I check mirrors, I signal left now, and the light is changing, so I'm just gonna stop. Please don't do what that guy just did. There's no point rushing when the light is about to change. So I've just checked my triangle check now, and I saw that bicycle just coming towards me, so it's just passed now. So sometimes it's also good to check a bit in advance, so you will notice when hazard is coming towards you from the back. Again, I will just quickly do triangle check. So triangle check is rear view mirror, right view mirror, left view mirror, and then back to rear view mirror. So it's just a good practice. It's not like the examiner will expect you to check before you move off, but not in any particular order. So again, I'm gonna get up to close to 30 right now. So usually when you see car coming from the other side,
left.
When you see car coming from the other side and there are cars parked on the other side, please give them room when you have it. So I'll move a little bit closer to the left as I'm carrying on. So I'm driving around 28 right now.
At the end of the road, turn left, then take the second right.
So this could be deceptive. All these cars are not parked on the road, but it does look as if they're actually parked on the road, but they're parked off the road. So don't drive 20. Okay, now if you look ahead, you can see this sign says 20 miles per hour, and there's a giveaway sign there.
Turn
and it says we should turn left,
then
mirror
take
signal
the
left,
second right.
and make sure you look very well down the road that there's nobody coming from your right before you proceed. You don't need to stop if no one is coming, but please make sure you check I had a student once that checked a bit early, and he didn't check again, and he failed his test for that. So please make sure you do a second check as you are going over the line.
Right.
So we're turning right, mirror signal. So it's 20 miles per hour all along here. Okay, so remember this is a crossroad. So as you're going, make sure nobody's coming from straight ahead. If they are, then they have the right of way. So if you look on the floor right now, you see it's 30 miles per hour. Now because there's a traffic everywhere, so I'm just gonna move to the right because the sat nav is saying I'm gonna be taking the third exit turning right. So I'll move to the right lane right now just because of traffic. Otherwise, if you can move forward a little bit further before you move to the right lane.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout, third exit.
Okay, now maybe I should just quickly discuss this. We are approaching the famous Brooklands roundabout. The sat nav recently kind of disregard the very first exit, and it normally just say the exit maybe -1. For instance, right now it's asking me to take the third exit going towards Brooklands. The very first, I think it's called Brook Drive, so it's totally ignoring that. So please, at this stage, the best thing is for you to look at the picture on the sat nav, and you can see the picture is actually telling us, yes, we need to take the right, we need to go right. So make sure you look at the picture as you approach the roundabout. I think the major part of this route, we've already passed it anyway. If the traffic is too much, I will probably end the video because we'll be turning on Brooklands roundabout, and it's more or less just straight all the way down back to the test center. So, but I'll make that call later. I'll see. So don't forget, the sat nav is saying third exit, but it's actually the fourth exit. Brook Drive, for some reason, it doesn't count that as an exit, but it is an exit. And so just remember, don't let that confuse you during your test. So usually when the sat nav says something, make sure you actually look to see where precisely does it want me to go. So I'm gonna make sure the other side is clear before I actually go over this crossing, because if I block it, it won't be nice. You can see on the other side, I don't know if you can see that, on the other side there are pedestrians waiting to pass. So make sure the other side is actually free. Yes, I think there's enough room.
After 100 yards, go right on the roundabout, third exit.
So at this point, I'm signaling right because definitely we're turning right.
Go right on the roundabout, third exit.
So you can see there's a bit of traffic on the roundabout, but that's taking the second, or the signal we call the first exit. So we're turning right basically. So by now, the best thing is for you to start checking the dynamics of the roundabout. I'm looking to the right to see which are the cars that are coming straight. So that's one of our cars just passing the roundabout there. Giggles Driving School, yay! So you check to the right to ensure to see what's going on. I can see all the cars coming from the opposite side. They seem to be going straight ahead. So wait until it's actually clear to go, and off you go. So again, that's the first, the second, and at this stage, check inner mirror, left door mirror, signal to the left, and off you go to your exit. Please slow down a bit as you're coming off because there's a bit of sharp turn there, and then off you go on Brooklands again. If there isn't any traffic, make sure you get up to 30 or at least 28 on this road if there's no hazard. It's only 3:25 at the moment, and it's getting a bit dark. Well, I think you can still see anyway, so I'll just keep going for now. So notice there's a car trying to reverse. It's your right of way. A student failed recently for just stopping unnecessarily for all cars they were trying to join. So please make sure it's only when you see that it's becoming dangerous. Probably if it's halfway into the road, then I'll stop, or otherwise it's still on the pavement, just make sure you carry on. Otherwise you might fail for undue hesitation. Or like I said, there are two types of hazard. There's developing hazard and there's a potential hazard. If it's potential hazard, just keep an eye open. If it's developing hazard, you know it's gonna cause collision, then you need to react by stopping or something like that. So that was a potential hazard, so that's why I said you should just carry on. So that car is trying to turn to the left, so I just eased off to allow him to be off my way. So this guy is also turning to the right, so I've taken my leg off the gas, try to stop progressively, and off you go again once it's out of your way. So the road is a bit is free all the way down, so I'm just gonna carry on. So you can see the red light coming up, the pedestrian light. So I've just taken my leg off the gas now. Oh well, it's changed, so just getting back to speed. So I don't know if you saw that Audi just about
300
jumping in
yards,
front of me
turn
there.
right.
So all I did there was just to
take the
ease off.
second left.
I was ready to stop just in case I actually carried on to avoid collision. So that's a developing hazard. Alright, so we're going to turn right at the traffic light. So I've already append myself closer to the white line, and then I'm slowing down, then check mirrors, inner mirror, right mirror, signal
Turn
red.
right, then take the second left.
So this is a crossroad. So eventually I will make a video about crossroads so that everyone can learn from it. Usually on a crossroad like this, two people can go over the white line, the line just before the bicycle lane. But if there are two people already there, you must stay behind the bicycle lane and the bicycle gap. So just make sure you stop there until your road is clear. So we are turning right. So again, yep. So all right. So as you can see, the third car, okay, so do you see the side kind of confusion the third car actually was causing there? So it's best to be, if you are the third car, just wait behind the bicycle lane, just as I am doing right now. Otherwise, when the lights start to change to amber, only two cars could comfortably go. So best thing, if you are the third car, just wait behind the white line. So right now again, I'm just waiting, but rather than just sit down and stare at the red light, I'm looking to see where am I going. I'm going towards the right. I'm checking who do I need to wait for. You can see there are two lanes on the other side. One is turning to my left and one is coming straight. So I will have to wait for those that are coming straight. So you start thinking, where would I wait to ensure that I don't block people going straight or people making their own right turn, as in turning to my left. So I'll be looking at all that as I'm waiting at the traffic light. So it's always a good practice to do that, so that when the light starts to change, you know precisely what you need to do. So you can see their light is changing right now, and then mine has changed. So I've done my triangle check again. So I'm gonna wait at the middle. So this is actually a very good spot to stop. You are not disturbing people turning, and then you can see clearly those coming from the other side, and out of the way for people that wants to go straight. Okay, so again, so just make sure you be aware of everybody. Now this is
After
asking me to turn
100
left.
yards, turn left.
So mirror signal. A lot of students rush when they're turning left here. You please make sure you don't
Turn
do that.
left.
Take your time. Make sure you turn gently because we can't really see much. Make sure there's no car coming before you then decide. Then check to make sure nobody's overtaking you before you go over. Then, as you can see, looking all the way down the road. This is another mistake people make. You can see in front of me, just in front of the white car now, there's a giveaway sign. People always miss that. So please don't be one of those that miss it. So stop just before the giveaway line and check to make sure the road is clear before you carry on. So I've just checked that there was nobody coming. Then here, there's no need
At
to
the
go
end
too
of the
fast.
road, turn right. Then you have reached your destination.
So make sure you go at a good pace. And then turning right will take me to the test center. Another student made a mistake here
Turn
the last
right.
time. And
Then
the mistake
you
she
have
made
reached your
was
destination.
by the time she wanted to turn to the right, she kept to the right. This is not a one-way road, so make sure you get yourself back to the left lane and then you stop on the line to observe whether it's safe to go or not. So I'm just checking right now, and I'm still taking my time. I can see a car coming from the left hand side. Okay, at this point I'm just gonna very well, and the test center is just ahead of me now. So I'm going to stop this video now. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment.
You have
If there's
reached your
any issue,
destination.
just let me know, so that if you have any question that will guide you, just let me know. Take care. Bye bye for now.